This is going to be a Math 98 video. We are going to work on solving systems of equations by graphing, and I am fixing to set my timer so that we don't go over our time. I'll keep this a short video. Long videos are not good for you guys because it's just too hard to pay attention. Feel free to, while you're watching this on YouTube, to stop it and work ahead of me. Stop it and see if you can't get it to do what I'm getting it to do, and that way you can work with me. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we're starting our last unit. Our 7.3 is solving systems of equations by graphing and substitution and elimination. So chapter 7, we have 3 things that we're going to be learning about. 3 things, and today we're going to do the 7-3. I'll be posting 7.4 later in the week, and then we will work on that, and then 7.5 after that. So basically, a system of equations is 2 or more equations with 2 or more variables. Solution is all the points that they have in common. Graphically, it's the intersection points of the graphs. We're looking for the points where the 2 lines cross. So here we go. We have 2 equations, and we're going to graph both of them and see where they cross. So I'm going to shift just a little bit. Sorry for the noise. And let's get to work. First one is x minus y is equal to -4. Now I'm going to graph this. I'm going to put it in slope-intercept form to make my graphing easy. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract x on both sides. That gives me a -y is equal to -x minus 4. Then I'm going to divide everything by -1 because technically there's a -1 on that y, and I need it gone because I need y by itself. Negative divided by negative is positive, so this will be a positive 1x and a positive 4. So now to graph this, that's the point 0,4, and then my slope, again, there's a 1 right here. My slope is 1, which is 1 over 1, which would be rise up and run right. All right, so let's graph this line. I'm going to graph it in the blue that I started in with. No, I'm going to graph it in the red. This one's red. So 0,4 is here, and then I go up 1, right 1, dot there. Now, my math lab only lets you have 2 points, but when you're doing it on paper, you can extend your lines as long as you need to using that slope. I didn't do a very good job of graphing that one. There's that line. Okay, the next one is x plus y equals 6. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to subtract x on both sides. I'm going to get y is equal to -x plus 6. Now this time I'm not going to divide because there's nothing in front of my x. I'm sorry, nothing in front of my y. And so this is the point 0,6, and my slope is -1 over 1. So that's going to be down and right. So here I'm going to graph that one now. So I have 0,6, which is on the y-axis, and then down 1 and right 1, down 1, right 1, down and right, down and right. There we go. So there's my second line. Now my answer. My answer is the point where they cross. That's my answer. But I need the actual coordinates of that. The actual coordinates. So the x is 1 and the y for that is 5. This is my answer. Now, we see that we can check our answer by plugging it back in. We can check it by plug back in. If I take 1 minus 5, I get -4. That's correct. check it with the original. If I do 1 plus 5, I get 6. That checks. Look at the original. So that's how I know that's my answer. I just take my answer, plug it into both of the equations to see if it checks. Let's do another one. Okay, so this one's a little more complicated. We've got 3x minus y equal negative 3. And I'm going to solve for y so that I can graph it. So I'm going to subtract the 3x on both sides. That gives me a negative y is equal to a negative 3x minus 3. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to divide by a negative 1 all the way down. And I get y is equal to negative divided by negative is a positive 3x plus 3. So this is 0, 3, and this is my slope of 3 over 1. My rise is 3, and my run is right. Up 3, right 1. So 0, 3, and go up 3 and right 1. So there's my 2 points that make my line. That's all you need for my math lab. But if you're going to do graph paper, you just follow the pattern and get a few more points. All right, now I'll do the other one. It says negative 3x minus 2y equal 12. We'll do the same thing, but this time I'm not subtracting the 3x on both sides. I'm going to add the 3x on both sides. And that's going to give me a negative 2y is equal to 3x plus 12. And then I'm going to do that little divide thing I did before. Divide by negative 2 all the way down. And that's going to give me 3 over negative 2x plus 6. Remember, if we can't divide, we just leave it as a fraction. We don't worry about it. Okay, so now this is my start point, and then this is my slope. Now, 3 over negative 2, that's my rise over my run. It can be interpreted 2 different ways. It could be interpreted up 3 and left 2, or if we move the negative to the numerator, then it would be down and right. But you're going to see that that's not going to work. So let's look back up here. 0, 6 is here. That's a negative 6. Hold on. That's a negative 6. There we go. 0, negative 6. Why is it negative? Positive divided by negative gives you a negative. All right. And then I've got to go 3 up and left 2. 3 up and left 2. If I start at 0, negative 6 and try to go down, I run out of room. So there we go. All right, now I've seen my answer. My answer is here. And I just need to figure out what the coordinates are for that one. The x for that one is a negative 2, and the y for that is negative 3. And that is my answer. All right, I'm going to start another video in a minute, and hopefully this one sounds good and we can post it.